And we had the MLB Draft the other day. Did you notice how many sons of major leaguers were drafted? I want to know why this is happening.
Well, one, it's pretty dang cool. I saw some articles and I saw this during the draft. 8 players were sons of big leaguers. This isn't unusual. This is really normal, extremely normal for this to be happening. This is probably actually, I bet it's less this year than it has been other years. I mean, I think with the Blue Jays, we had like 8 guys in the organization at one time, and Clemens, Guerrero, Biggio, Bichette. I mean, those were all those guys were on one team, and we had some other guys. Oh, we had another guy's son, Craig Counsell, I think it was his son or somebody. So many different guys. It was absolutely insane. So I love this. I love that Major League Baseball still does this, even with the shorter draft, which means these guys are actually earning it. Sometimes with that big long draft, we get 50 rounds, everyone would get it. These are some of the names, by the way. Max McGuire, you might recognize the last name. Caden Kent, Manny Ramirez Jr. I don't know if you pick up that name, figure out whose son he is. Ethan Holiday, Austin Przinsky, Brady Counsell.
Before
Jake
we move past
Casey, let's get all the names, and then Karsten Sabathia. So those are the 8 players whose dads had a little bit to do with Major League Baseball.
Sorry, I was talking over you. Ethan Holiday, Austin Przinsky, Brady Counsell, Jake Casey, and Karsten Sabathia. What an interesting group of people. So let's just go from the very beginning. Max McGuire. We know who his father is, Mark McGuire, at one point the single-season home run king. God, I look at that picture right now. Look how little Mark McGuire was before PEDs.
Right. His son looks pretty big. Looks like a big boy.
Yeah, it looks like a big boy. I'm rooting for him. Caden Kent, your former teammate? You just missed him, right?
I played against him in my Major League debut. I played against him.
Yes, he was on the Astros by then. He had left the Giants. So Jeff Kent, former Met, former Giant, former Astro, his son Caden. Weird spelling, but I dig it. I think it's kind of a cool name.
Texas A&M. Yes.
Manny Ramirez Jr., probably already doing more steroids than we can imagine. I'm kidding. Do not sue me. It was a joke. Manny Ramirez Sr., steroid head. Manny Ramirez Jr., hopefully not. But I hope he's not as interesting as his old man was in the clubhouse, that's for sure. Ethan Holiday. Alex, can you get me that picture of Ethan Holiday and the Holiday family together real quick up on the screen? I'm looking at this picture of the Holiday family, and once Alex can bring it up, I'd appreciate it. It reminds me so much of the Aardsma family. You have those 2 boys with the beautiful hair, and then Matt Holiday covering up his baldness with the hat. That is Aardsma Part 2 right there. And the wife is cute, by the way.
Wife is a very attractive lady, but it's such a cool thing keeping in the family. Obviously, we know about the Holidays and what Matt Holiday did in the big leagues with the Cardinals and the Rockies, being a huge part of that Rockies organization when he was there, then moving on to the Cardinals. And then his brother over in Baltimore doing his thing and being better, and Ethan being one of the top talents in this draft. I think he was taken fourth overall, and
by his father's
with the Rockies family is so cool.
Yep. Then we have Austin Przinsky, whose father, AJ Przinsky, played for a guy named Ozzie Guillen, and Ozzie Guillen said it best: if AJ Przinsky is on the opposition, you hate him. If he's on your team, you hate him a little less.
So true. I love it.
I happen to love AJ. I think he's hilarious.
3 teams. I played with him with 3 different teams, like beginning, middle, and end of my career.
Yeah, I love AJ. He's always been good to me. He was always funny. I love him. But man, if you're Austin, you have to go into Major League Baseball with everybody knowing that your dad was polarizing. That's got to be different.
No one cares. None of these players know his dad. Like, none of these players care about his dad. It's the coaches. Yeah. That's the problem. Is all the coaches know who his dad is. But again, AJ also had this polarizing. He also had this like ability to get people to be like, oh, okay, AJ. Like, they were fine with it. They just were annoyed by it. Like, yes, you hate him a little less. but people won't take that against him. They'll probably actually have fun with it, a lot of it. But his son's it seems like to be a really good catcher. Hit 371, 29 runs his senior year at First Academy in Orlando, and I remember watching him. It's so fun to see these kids and be like, I spent time with a lot of these kids. Like these kids were on the teams that I was running around, like Brzezinski. I was on the team with Brzezinski, Manny Ramirez. I was there, played against Ken, never against Mark McGuire, but like a lot of these guys, like CC, I was on the team with CC. We were teammates. So it's like Sean Casey, we were teammates. I was teammates with almost every one of these guys, and probably saw these kids running around the locker rooms.
Yeah, and Jake Casey, he plays outfield. Sean Casey's son, who was drafted, man, he should switch to first base because everybody's going to want to talk to him if he's anything like his father. Sean Casey, they called him the mayor. There would be like town halls at first base.
He probably will end up being first base at some point. And then same thing as Sean Casey, he was outfield and probably shift to first base at some, when he did. And we'll see. He probably is really quiet. He's probably the exact opposite.
Yeah, go figure.